Hi guys, and welcome back to Football Manager 2018 with Rangers. I know I said that this episode would be more transfer business, but there really hasn't been a lot of transfer business to be going about. So we're ready actually for the opening day Old Firm game at Murrayfield, of course our temporary home, while Ibrox is upgraded in stadium capacity. So if we look at transfer history, there are a couple of things happened. We haven't signed anybody since last I left you off, of course. Finlayson went away, Darren Graham, Neil Glover and Curtis Francesi are all away on loan. Sebastian Young did go in the end to Bielefeld for 625k. Dimitri Mitchell 500 grand down to Portsmouth, and a young defender Michael Aitken, who's coming along nicely actually, went to Dunfermline on loan. So not a lot really happening. And it is time, of course, for the opening game of the season, the Old Firm game. So the goalkeeper will be Ian Fulton, as usual, the back three. Unfortunately, Manuel Riedel has an injury at the moment, so he's dealing with that. We will have Brian Lassley on the right of the back three, Stefano Denswell in the middle, and we will go with Bilal Coaster on the left-hand side of that one. Wanted by 25 clubs on loan, but he is getting some game time for us. Right wing-back, of course, Alexander Arnold. Left wing-back, Marcel Edelman. In the middle, it will be Rodrigo Fassi and Christian Perez. No controversies so far. No real debates over these positions. Now, the front three is highly, highly debatable. Alberto Chiacheri, of course, will be in there. Hell of a season last season has to play. Alfredo Morelos, likewise, has to be in there. Hell of a season has to play. Now, we have Fieti Arp and Remus Mixa. I'm just going to call him Mixa. I know that letter there's probably puts a weird twang on it, but I'm just going to say Remus Mixa. But Walter Molina, who's actually way down here, technically can't even play as a striker, has been so good as part of this trio for the last couple of seasons that he'll play, and none of the new signings actually will debut from the start. The bench will be McCrory, then either Wallace or Riedel, whoever's in better shape. Wallace is in better shape, so Murray Wallace will be on the bench. Byram, Yanis Horn, for the middle of the park, Jamie Burjonas, and up top, Fieti Arp and Remus Mixa will be in there as well. So that's the lineup for the Old Firm game. Without further ado, let's get right into it. Walter Molina struggling for fitness, didn't play much in the friendlies. But here we go, we're up against Pat, Walker, Nkulu, Lindsay, Linus, Armstrong, Haas, Redmond, Armstrong, Atsu and Plea. Come on lads, show me what you can do. Let's get right into them and, of course, show some passion. Now, I don't know if we actually take a hit in terms of our home advantage while we're not technically playing at our home. Let's hope not as we get forward. Alexander Arnold must have sliced that cross as it just harmlessly went out for the throw-in there. Change this back to late scores. Just so we can keep an eye on what's going on elsewhere. Both teams in good condition today as we start off. And this could go a long way to deciding the title if one of us gets off to a winning start, as the goalkeeper knocks it long towards Redmond. Edelman heads it right to Perez. Perez forward for Molina. Slips in Morelos. Squares it. Chiacheri pounces. Not even 15 minutes gone. We're 1 up. I'm going to tell them to push forward and we'll try and put the hurting on Celtic quickly here in this game as Armstrong tries to get forward for them. Perez wins it. Denswell, Chiacheri, Morelos counters on, plays it in. Molina, can he score? Molina on the counter. It's a great save by the Celtic goalkeeper. But the front three immediately picking up where they left off. They look motivated to keep Arp and the wee Romanian guy whose name I've forgotten now, keeping them out of the team. Where is he? Mixa, of course, Remus Mixa. They're looking to keep Arp and Mixa out of the squad, and they're doing pretty well so far. Walker finds Redmond now, and Rogic and Haas forward to Plea. Obviously, they're not going to lie down, Celtic. Armstrong, Linus, Atsu takes a nice touch, whips it in, danger area, header away, Perez, can we counter now? Walter Molina is over the top, it's a great ball to him, come on, find the cross, Walter. Walter Molina in, Morelos on, Chiacheri, power header in, 2-0. What a way to start Season 7. All three of the front men involved in both of the goals. Cutting edge. Molina. Perez. Chance to hit one from distance. Deflected. Armstrong clears. Should be picked up by Edelman though as Aberdeen take the lead at Pittodrie against Hearts. Goes back to Ian Fulton. Moves it out. Brian Lassley. Molina slips in Chiacheri for an early hat-trick. It's a good save by the keeper. It could well be 4-0 if not for that goalkeeper. as Celtic manage to hold their line there and get rid. Armstrong races forward. Denswell does manage to just nudge him off the ball though and take it back. Fulton now 3-0. Kilmarnock are already beaten Dunfermline. Lastly finds Alexander-Arnold. Chiacheri takes it into feet. Back to Alexander-Arnold. Go back the way. Oh, it's a lovely pass to Fassi. Chiacheri losing the ball though to Haas. Is he going to lose it again? No, he clears his lines. Atsu can't keep it from Alexander-Arnold. Payez, Coaster, great play from us. We just don't let them settle even when they pinch it back. What a pass to Molina. Does he have the cross? Hits the byline. Chiacheri. Oh, it's just over the bar. Could have been a hat-trick there. Pressure's still on. Molina into the danger area. Away Payez. Hit it, son. No, it's gone into Lastly. Back to Molina now. Molina, Payez, Chiacheri. Fassi. Oh my days. Nearly bust the net, Rodrigo Fassi. Teed up by Alberto Chiacheri, who has 2 goals and an assist as we are romping it here at Murrayfield. Redmond, Haas now. Celtic trying hurried clearance. Edelman almost gets it, but it breaks to Lastly. Alexander-Arnold now. Chiacheri, Payez. We're just untouchable here. Edelman, drive it across. Drives it low. Morelos. Fassi. 4. 3 assists for Morelos. A brace for Fassi and for Chiacheri. And how was that for a first half? First 45 minutes of the season, of the title defence. Rangers 4, Celtic 0. It looks like Murrayfield's going to be an adequate home for us at least. Passionately very pleased, of course. Walter Molina is off for Mixa. Fieti Arp can replace Morelos. We'll get the new signings on. An exciting debut for them here. What can they do? They should be able to boss it just as much as the other 2 did. As Payez trips Rogic, that's fine. Payez taking a bit of a knock in that exchange. Armstrong deep, Linus keeps it in. Back across for Lindsay, but well over the bar. Celtic create their first real chance of the game, but no danger there. Harmlessly over from Lindsay. Falkirk 2 up against Ayr. How is Falkirk versus Ayr a Premiership game? Dunfermline up in this league as well. Complexion of the league has changed a lot since we started this save, of course. As Alexander-Arnold finds Chiacheri, gives it away to Lindsay though. Linus now clears his lines. Alexander-Arnold to Payez though. Can we get forward in that left? Where's Edelman making the run? There he goes. Mixa, Payez, Fassi, Chiacheri on for the hat-trick. Oh, he's hit the woodwork. So unfortunate for Alberto Chiacheri there, hitting the woodwork. And we're going to take off Marcel Edelman now for Jannis Horn. As Alexander-Arnold throws it to Chiacheri. Back to Alexander-Arnold. Into the box. Poor cross, Linus away. Easy for Lastly though. Denswell. Alexander-Arnold. Chiacheri gets a bit of room. Crosses. Fieti Arp. There's his debut goal for the young German. Beautiful stuff. Old Firm debut. 5-0 Fieti Arp scores the goal. Chiacheri, a brace and 2 assists. What a game he's had. When I put that 60 million valuation on him last episode, I bet some people probably rolled their eyes, but that's why. What a player he is. As Beaton finds Trezeguet, should be an easy Celtic goal. No, they've not managed to convert it. Walker, Armstrong, Trezeguet, across, and there he is, Fimbulgassen. There is 5-1. Shame for Ian Fulton and the back line, but doesn't take much of the shine off of a solid, comfortable victory. That's taking a wee bit of shine off it now. Alexander-Arnold with a red card. Poor from the lad. Can anybody play wide? Yeah, Arp kinda can, as can Chiacheri. We're going to actually put Horn in the middle there and go with that formation now. It's only 10 minutes to go here. We'll just see this game out. It's a shame for Alexander-Arnold, but we have Sam Byram to come in and deputise for the Kilmarnock game, so no worries there. Linus into Beaton. Trezeguet's got acres of space and he's scuffed it. I hope they don't get a second because they don't deserve it. They're lucky to be on the score sheet at all. As Arp finds Horn and Payez, Fassi, Chiacheri. Come on, one of you get your hat trick. Hit it. It's determined dogged defending for the first time today actually from Celtic, preventing us getting the shot away. Nobody's going to get their hat trick, but a 5-1 Old Firm victory at our new home christens Murrayfield for us, where we're going to be for quite a period of time as Ibrox undergoes renovation. And it's a perfect way to start our title defence. Rangers 5, Celtic 1. Pea is out 5 to 6 days, not terrible. Alexander Arnold is going to be banned for 1 match. We'll warn him, but I'm not going to fine him or anything. Davidson does not score for Dundee. Aitken has a pretty poor game for Dunfermline. Darren Graham does score for Dundee United though. And of course, Chia Cherry picking up the Man of the Match award for the Old Firm game, which puts us top and Celtic bottom to kick off the league. Got the League Cup draw coming up before we play that Kilmarnock game. Looks like it's going to be a fairly comfortable, I would dare say, domestic season. Maybe play a couple of rotational lads against Kilmarnock away from home, or maybe we would just want to get a good run going at the start actually. I think I just noticed that Celtic sold Kevin Strootman to Lazio. I wonder what kind of fee they garnered for him. 1.3 million after 1 season in on a free. Can't really argue with that. They've done pretty well there financially. Won the League Cup with Celtic last season. Bilal Coaster loan bid, absolutely not. Fassi 12 million, which they keep bidding and I keep rejecting. Manuel Riedel 12.5, absolutely not. AZ wanting to loan Bilal Coaster, again absolutely not. If people keep coming in for Coaster, I'm gonna have to tell them that he's not for loan. League Cup second round, we must not be in it actually. We must come in at the quarter-final phase. 10-1 win over Stirling Uni for our under-20s. 4 goals for Lee Smith. Good for him. More offers for Fassi. Reject them all. 14.75 from Juve is the best. 10 million for Jannis Horn from Wolfsburg. We keep rejecting a bid for him and it keeps creeping up. If it gets to, like, it's never going to get to about 20 million. He's a decent, versatile player though, Jannis Horn. I don't really want to sell him, but if we can make a really quick profit on him, having played about 6 games for us, then I don't know if I can knock that back. Oh no, we must be in at the second round. Yeah, we're in now, I think. Yeah. So here we go. 16 teams left to draw. St Johnstone will host Dundee. Kilmarnock host Rangers. Partick, Hamilton, Hearts, Stenhousemuir, Dunfermline, Hibs, Queen's Park, Falkirk, Celtic, St Mirren, Ayr United, Aberdeen. So yeah, not much excitement there. Queen's Park at home to Falkirk will be interesting. Queen's Park, who are in League 1, and Stenhousemuir of League 1 are away at Hearts, which could be a massacre. That draw actually gives us back-to-back visits to Rugby Park. We're about to go there in the league, and then we will have the second round of the Cup there. It should be a fairly simplistic win for us away at Kilmarnock. Who is their gaffer actually? Who's this? Carsten Gross. 1.6 million? How is he 1.6 million? He's going to turn 20 in December. Technically he's ridiculous. Physically he's good as well. He's a bit dodgy mentally, but for 1.6 million? It'd be nuts not to sign him. Minimum fee release clause of 1.6. Alright. And we'll actually try and loan him back as well, because we've got too many strikers. They will accept that. Hopefully he accepts a loan move back as well. Craig Brown going to Morton on loan, that's fine. Nabudi is worried about the signing to replace him. Competition for places is healthy. Excellent, right. Is he coming in? He is going to come in and then go back to Salzburg on loan for a season. That's a great signing, that. 5-year deal. 8k. 5-year deal on 9.5. You want to talk about that, son? Yep, 5-year deal, 9.5k. Well, that's a hell of a signing there for 1.6 million, if I do say so myself. We're in danger of overloading the squad with too many strikers now, so I really don't want to be picking up any more. I didn't even want to pick up one more, but that's just far too much of a tempting option to knock back. Draw between Falkirk and Aberdeen puts them first and second in the league on 4 points. It was 1-0 early to Falkirk, then Aberdeen made it 2-1. Falkirk made it 2 each for the half-hour break, and all of a sudden the goals dried up. Interesting one for them. Riedel is set to stay at Rangers. He still has a 4-year deal left, so I'm not even going to give him a new deal. He's on 90k now. More does he want? Right, fitness test. A lot of people know particularly want to play. Christian Paez won't start today. Celtic will bounce back against Ayr. Kelly have beaten us once, which was an absolute hammering 6-3. We've drawn 3 times and we've beaten them 16 times. Scott Leach is their gaffer. Alexander Arnold out, of course, for Sam Byram. His place on the bench will go to young Connor Moore. Move him down a bit. Jonas will start for Paez, who is not really ready to go today. Murray Wallace isn't actually either. But Manuel Riedel is. Put Manuel Riedel on the bench. Other than that, we will keep them the same, I think. Tim Gallagher, I'd like to get on there as well, but it's not going to happen. We will just go with what we have at the moment. So it'll be Fulton, Lastly, Denswell, Coaster, Byram, Edelman, Fassi, Jonas, Chia, Cherry, Morelos and Molina. The main 3 starting up top again. And we'll tell them to pick up where they left off. The absolute storming victory over Celtic. Chiacherry to Morelos and Lastly. I actually think Rugby Park is closer to Ibrox than Murrayfield is. In fact, I know it is. This is actually closer to home than our actual home stadium. Kilty's cross, helped on by Byram. Morelos will pick her up, knocks it long to Molina. Counter is on. Walter Molina running down the left, roasts the defender, cut back, Morelos arrives and hits the post. That is a poor finish from Morelos. They should be doing better there. With the new signings breathing down their necks, you'd think they would do better. Oof. Shot from Jonas is deflected wide. Molina's corner, dealt with well. Jonas' shot deflects again and is eventually cleared for Kilty to come forward. Good challenge by Byram, but Kilmarnock survived the first bit of pressure we're putting on. They look a bit dodgy condition-wise, Kilmarnock. A couple of players down there in the 70s while we're all up in the 90s, condition-wise. But after 25 minutes, all games in the Premiership, 0-0 still. Benny knocking it forward to Kilty, who barely manages to get it on the head. Coaster finds Edelman over the top. Molina's onto it. Got to find the cross. Morelos has got to find the finish. Both happen, and it is 1-0 to Rangers. Excellent. Praise. We're the first team to score today. We are ahead. 1-0. All other games 0-0. Kilmarnock have actually done no bad job so far. Okay, we've managed 9 shots and they've had nothing, but we've only had 1 real chance. Just unlucky for Kelly that we took it. Chia Cherry's been really quiet on a 6.6. Sam Byram with the 6.3 is no great either, as Redmond gives Celtic the lead right on the half-time mark. Bit of a shame for Ayr United, but you expect them to get a bit of a slap going to Parkhead. Chia Cherry is coming off for Mixa, and I'll bring on Connor Moore, would you believe, for Walter Molina. What are we trying to make Connor Moore again? Are we trying to make him a midfielder or a striker? Or we haven't picked. He's got a lot of pace, so let's try and make him a striker. He can join that fray of about 9 people who are going for those 3 positions. Actually, how many are there? So we've got Morelos, Chiacherry, Molina, Mixa, Moore, Arp, Mabude, Gallagher technically. That's 8 people. Coaster nodding her on. Frame will pick her up. Game isn't over yet, of course. Could be a jammy Kilmarnock goal to equalise, you never know. Frame, Undabarena, Moreira, Oliver, given away. Well done by Edelman to Marshall for Levy. Great ball in behind Mixa. Can he get his first Rangers goal? He can. Remus Mixa makes no mistake. Morelos gets the assist. We are 2-0 to the good. And it looks like game over here at Rugby Park now. Great start to the season. We knew we would be too strong for the majority of clubs this season, but it is good to get off to the winning start against Celtic, and it looks like we're going to turn the screw even further now. Here against Kilmarnock, we'll bring on Fieti Arp again. We've changed all 3 of the strikers today. See if we can do anything in the last 15 or so minutes. Medford Smith, Moreira, nicked by Byram, Mixa now, Jonas. That's a shocking ball from Jonas. Benny gets it to Oliver over the top for Moreira. Easily covered by Lastly though. He finds Edelman over the top. It's a poor ball. Medford Smith away to Byram. It's over the top for Mixa. It's another poor ball. Nobrega. Mixer's got it into Arp though. He shoots and it is deflected. It's well defended there. Denswell, Fassi though, Mixa and Arp, and he's blazed it wide this time. Nobrega for Folive. Come on, Edelman. Edelman steps right in and pinches it. Coaster, Burjonas. Confident ball out to Byram. Getting down the right hand side. Gives it away, gets it back. He's in a bit of a dodgy game today. Burjonas, Fassi, Moore nicks it. Looks for Arp. Will find Mixa. Good save, Hernandez, and the Kilmarnock goal. They've not embarrassed themselves today, Kilmarnock. They can hold their heads up. I mean, they were never really in the game, but they've not been completely overwhelmed. It's Moore. He hits it. It's a good save by Hernandez again. Okay, now they're getting overwhelmed a little bit. It's a bit wave after wave now. Burjonas to Fassi and Edelman. And Burjonas, Edelman, great run. Byline whips it up into there. Mixa, good save. Hernandez again. Here we go again. Wave after wave indeed. Unda Barena though to Folive. Moreira, Oliver. Oh, and they're in all of a sudden. It's Cadiz. It's a poor finish. Fulton will tip it behind the post. It was going wide anyway, but made sure the goalkeeper. Folive in, away by Coaster, and then blazed over by Oliver. Coaster and Lastly have done well in these opening two games. Denswell's actually been the poorest of the defenders today. Folive given away, Edelman over the top. There's a minute left here. Mixa, Arp, play him in. Conor Moore in, Akers, save, and Mixa will tap it in, but is offside. That's poor there. Moore has to score, and then Mixa shouldn't be getting caught offside there either. Folive nods are on. Lastly away, Burjonas. Nobrega clears. Lastly to Fassi. Byram. Nah, it's going to end 2-0. Which Fulton will probably enjoy more than the 5-1, to be fair. There you go. 2-0. Can't argue with that. Alfredo Morelos, the man of the match. Fieti Arp failing to score. Didn't get much game time, mind you. Conor Moore didn't do brilliantly, but Remus Mixa does get his first Rangers goal. Celtic win 1-0, we win 2-0, we go to the top of the table. Coaster set for pay increase. One more appearance and he'll go up to 4.3k a week. That is absolutely fine, I am okay with that. He's really coming on to a good game now, only 18 years of age still. He'll turn 19 in November, but plenty of time for him to develop. Jordan Houston plays okay actually, as St Johnstone get hammered by Dumbarton. The only Dundee goal is scored by Lewis Davidson in a 5-1 loss at home to Inverness. Neil Glover gets a clean sheet for Queen of the South against Motherwell. Michael Aitken plays okay as Dunfermline go down 2-0 to Hamilton. And we'll see what goes on in the Hibs game this weekend. I assume they are playing on Sunday. Yeah, they are indeed. Hibs versus Hearts. Hibs with a chance to be the only team to stay with us after 2 games and move to 6 points. See if they can do that. Away at Tynecastle though, tough ask. They do. They move up to second place, stick with us on 6 points. Dundee United with a 4-1 victory over Partick as well. And there has been some bids for Fassi, which obviously we're going to be rejecting. They're starting to creep up nearer 20 million now, but obviously if you don't meet the 30 million release, then you can go suck a lemon. Right, let's begin negotiating for Yanis Horn now. Let's go up to 20 million. 13 million they're willing to bid. Let's ask for 18 and a bit. Wow, 18.5 million plus 30% of the profit of a next sale. He's a good player, he's a decent player, very versatile, can deputise in a lot of positions, but we paid 12.25 and he's played, what, 1 game? I mean, that's a hell of a good profit. That's about 6 million profit for somebody who's not really done anything. We're signing Carsten Gross, who will go immediately back on loan. I just want to try and get through this Yanis Horn deal before we end the episode. I don't think we're going to manage it though. Brown will go to Morton. We'll ask the scouts to keep up reports on him. And we'll send the assistant to the press conference for the Kelly game. But we will be stopping here. Next time, of course, playing Kelly and Dunfermline. Actually, next time we'll make it a triple header before the window closes. Killie, Dunfermline and Hamilton. But that is it for the first proper episode now. We did some transfer business last time out, but the first games played here, of course, 5-1 victory over Celtic and then a comfortable 2-0 away at Killie. Some players still trying to get settled. Of course, Arp and Mixer still trying to displace anyone out of that front line. Riedel's still trying to recover some fitness before the start of the season as well. But really we look like we're set up nicely. It's a poor performance from Byram there at Rugby Park, but he'll get over that, and of course Alexander Arnold's the main man anyway. Edelman looks to be kicking on from where he left off. Morelos as well looks to be on fire. Ditto Malta Molina, and we just look to be in really great shape again going into Season 7. Of course, the Champions League will be the real test when that begins. But listen, I hope you guys have enjoyed this episode. Hope you're liking the series being back. If you have done, do me a favour and hit that like button. I would greatly appreciate it. Of course, subscribe to the channel to follow the series as we progress. Episodes going to be coming thick and fast. But mostly just thank you guys for watching, as I always say. And I'll see you next time when we're back at Rugby Park in the Cup. And then we're hosting Dunfermline at Murrayfield.